How many of you hold coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, any? It's preaching to the converted. All right, I love it. How many of you heard of Celsius before? A bunch of guys. How many guys are here from out of town? So about half of you. All right, very good. So before CryptoKitties, we had created a whole world of animals that many people don't even know exist. But if you go to a website, you can see them talk to you and do all kind of acrobatic act and so on. Today, we have really 3 universes, right? We got under the digital asset category, we got the cryptocurrencies, which we all live in, utility token, security token, and NFTs is kind of like trying to find its way to figure out which bucket they're actually going to belong in, right? And we still yet to hear from the regulators where they think all this belongs. But I promised before that I'm going to tell you the story of why Bitcoin Ethereum is down 80–90%. Anyone has a good explanation? Everybody's baffled, right? So Satoshi creates this masterpiece, right? And a few people before said Satoshi created the blockchain. Wrong. The blockchain was created in 1991, Belcore. Scott Stornada. Anyone met Scott? He's the inventor of the blockchain. Satoshi just took the blockchain. He actually talks about it in 4 different references on page number 9. And he created a perfect system which he gave just the right incentives to the miners, to the coin holders, and the people who are transacting on the network. And guess what? Who came and grabbed the baton from Satoshi? Who was the first group of people to grab the baton? The anarchists. Anyone here admitted anarchist? Here we go. Here was a few. So the anarchists grabbed the baton. They're like, we're going to blow up the world with this thing. All right? And they run around. They barely get 1 million people to join them. They do every drug deal, every weapon deal, everything you can think of, and they give up. They cannot finish the race. They have to hand off the baton. Who did they hand off the baton to? 3 years later. Wow, you guys really need, can we serve free coffee on the floor? Oh. Libertarians, here we go. You see you have help from the back office right there. The libertarians come, take the same baton and say, we're going to save the world with this thing. We're not going to blow up the world. We're going to save the world, right? They bring 3 million people to the blockchain. Now we're up to 4 million. Now we're at 2015. Who joins? Who takes the baton from the libertarians? Hodlers? No. Speculators, the opposite of hodlers, right? 20 million speculators jump in and say, look at these 2 groups, right? And say, you guys are both idiots. It's not about blowing up the world. It's not about saving the world. It's about making money. And they drive the Bitcoin from 2,000 to 20,000. And the reason that we're all excited about it, because for the first time in human history, the guys that we're about to hand the baton to were not the first guys in, they were the last guys in. Who was the last guy? The 4th guy with the baton. Institutions. Well, somebody here saw my presentation before. Institutions. So these institutions with their billions and billions, tens of billions of dollars, did they grab the baton or did they drop the baton? They dropped it. Why did they drop it? Because of regulatory unclarity, scalability issues, security issues. They just said, too hot, I'm not touching this thing, right? And the price went down 80%. But at the same time, January 2019, you can look it up, right? Bloomberg issues an article saying more people joined the blockchain in 2018 than in the previous 10 years put together. More people joined the blockchain in 2018 than in the previous 10 years put together. So it's a hockey stick of adoption, but the price action is not matching that. Okay, so we're now basically waiting for all these speculators to flush out, and the hodlers, somebody here mentioned hodlers, you see a guy with a hodl hat, you get $10 for free, right? $10 wallet, or me, just come in, you're gonna get a free wallet. So that is kind of a quick explanation of what happened to us. We're now migrating from the people who are here as tourists to the people who are here to build something. And I think most of the people in the room are here to build something, right? So we have 2 worlds, right? Today, most of us live in this pyramid in which we work really, really hard to create value or profit for the guy that we work for, or he's person that we work for, all the way up to the CEO. And the CEO gets to collect all the value. On the blockchain, it's a completely different universe. Value is created and distributed in a completely different way. That's why these are 2 completely separate worlds. So you all heard about centralized software, right? Anyone here still uses centralized software? Few people, right? The dinosaurs like me. The open source came and ate that, ate the whole thing, right? There's no money to be made in centralized software. And what I'm predicting is that the decentralized blockchain is going to eat up all software, because everything has to be rewritten and reinvented as a decentralized business. Okay, same thing happens with networks. Anyone here knows what X.25 is? Here we go, a few old guys like me. I actually used it, right? It got eaten by frame relay, got eaten by ATM, got eaten by TCP/IP. That's the internet, by the way, TCP/IP, UDP, if you haven't used it. What's going to eat all of this? What's going to come and eat the entire internet? Wow, I'm shocking everybody. No one believes. What do you mean? The internet is everything. That's what I heard in 1994. I wrote the voice of IP protocols. Anyone here use voice of IP? Anyone? Yes, guess what? Look up. Look up Wikipedia. Who invented that? Alex Mashinsky. Okay? I wrote that protocol when I came to AT&T. They were laughing at me. They were like, you're saying what? Voice is going to be an application on the internet? The internet runs on the fucking voice network. What are you talking about? Right? Well, I'm telling you right now, the entire internet is going to be an application on the blockchain. Why? Because the blockchain is going to be 1,000 times more powerful, faster, cheaper, better, and the fastest network always wins. Okay? That's what's going to happen. It might take 20 years, 30 years, but the fastest network always wins. So again, you want to create value with NFTs, you got to figure out where is the bullseye. How do you combine the decentralization, the token economics, and secure the immutable chains to provide value to the people? We are still, everybody here is experimenting, right? We're 10 years into experimentation on the Bitcoin network. We're 30 years of experimentation on the blockchain. Again, the blockchain was created in 1991. If you guys think we just started experimenting, we've been experimenting for 30 years. Just some of you are not 30 years old. That's what the problem is. So I summarized it all for you in a very simple formula. I'm trying to see if I can get this done in 15 minutes. Never done in 15 minutes. E equals MC squared. Anyone knows what the E stands for? Energy. Yeah, you're in a NFT conference. Cannot be energy. Yes? Anyone else? E, energy. Wow. This is not a physics class. Yes. Oh my God. Ethereum. Thank you very much. Okay, next one. Okay, whoever figures this out gets $100 wallets. Now everybody's going to be listening. $100 Celsius wallet. What's the M stands for? Not people that already saw this before, like Nitin over there. M stands for what? What do you need to make your Ethereum valuable? How does it go back to $1,000? Mass adoption. Very good. You got a wallet. Okay, so how do you get mass adoption? You need membership, right? And C, you have two C's. Si, senor. No? C's? Two C's? Anyone? I'm running out of time, guys. Come on. What? Community. Very good. Another wallet. You got a wallet. Community credit. Half of all the credit in the world is originated in the United States of America. We're only 5% of the population. That's why we have the most robust economy in the world. Everywhere else in the world, you show up and you say, I have an idea. No one gives you money. No one gives you credit. No one allows you to start a business like you do here. Right? So we saw 3 waves of adoption: infrastructure, middleware, and now dApps. NFTs are all dApps. Right? So the question is, what is that killer app? What is the dApp that's going to rule them all? Right? The dApps here control all the money in the world. They're going to be bigger than Google or Facebook or Microsoft. The winner here is bigger than Google, Facebook, or Microsoft. Why? Google only deals with a little bit of information. Right? The blockchain deals with all the money in the world. What's bigger? All the money in the world or the internet? That's what you have. You guys have to figure it out. One of you guys is going to, 20 years from now, do interviews and say, oh yeah, I was there on NFT. I was listening to Alex and I came up with something really brilliant. That's what this is about. It's about coming up with a brilliant idea. Okay? So think of crypto as a Pac-Man that's just eating up every asset class. Now, I know, again, coins are down 80%, and everybody's like, oh, rest in peace, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, This is just the beginning. You could have bought Amazon at $8, Anyone here bought Amazon at $8, 2001? It was $125 the year before. It lost 92% of its value. The same $8 is now $1,700. A great company is a great company. It doesn't matter where it's trading. So again, you have this evolution, all the different asset classes. All of these asset classes are going to have to come to the blockchain. All of these asset classes will be represented with NFTs, right? It's not going to be CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties is just the spark that started this explosion, right? Fungible and fungible. People still don't understand that, right? Eat some mushrooms, figure it out. Okay, who's the guy in the middle? Craig Wright. I love that. You got a wallet. Come see me. Never had that answer before. That's great. Splinter, no, it's Satoshi, man. Satoshi showed us the way, but guess what? We made a lot of progress since. Okay? Now we have many blockchains to choose from. The guy who started it, which VoIP application ruled them all? The guy that invented it or the guy that created WhatsApp? WhatsApp was the last application. Google was the last search engine. Facebook was the last social media, right? So the question is, what is going to be, I'm arguing that the blockchain to rule them all has not yet been invented. And that's the opportunity here, right? So we have a few steps. BTC kind of was the first step. ETH was the next step. What's going to allow us to cross this chasm? What goes in there, in that hole? Is that security token? Nah. Stable coins? Maybe. NFTs? Maybe, maybe. All right, so that's really the big question. What's going to get us to that mass adoption? So, most important question of the day. Are you going to work from 9 to 5 or party from 5 to 9? Wow. No lunch. Cancel lunch. Get it out of there. These guys didn't earn anything. So Celsius does something very, very simple. We take cryptocurrencies, put them in a wallet, and pay you 5% interest, lend it out at 9% interest. That's all we do. Very simple. So we create alpha, we create return on stuff that's sitting in the cold storage or is sitting in on an exchange that doesn't pay you anything. Binance earned $488 million last year. Do you know who paid for that? Who gave them that money? All of you who deposit coins for free with Binance. Even the most nasty banks in the world pay something for your money when you deposit it. Right? Did anyone here get a check from Binance at the end of the year saying thank you for giving us your free money? All we do, we take all that profit, give 80% of it back to the community. Okay, so let's see how much time we have. All right. So this is the wallet. That's what we pay right now. You can look it up online. You can download it, grab take a picture if you want. It's really easy. Just search for Celsius Network. We were ranked number 3, number 4, number 5 blockchain on the planet by every publication, from Forbes to MSN to you name it, right? Top 10 almost everywhere. Why? Because we're doing it for the community, right? The bank takes your profit, takes your money, lends you a coin, takes the interest, gives it to the shareholders. Really? Wow, well, try it out. We have 50. You borrow, you pay 5, you charge 9. We issue loans at 9%. Yeah, what's the risk on those loans? There's no risk. We take 200% collateral. We just published our numbers. We did $632 million in 6 months. We earned millions of dollars distributed to our 15,000 members, right? All of it is registered on the blockchain. You can go and look it up. Everything we do is fully transparent. Ask your bank to go and show you where your money goes. Where did they put that money, right? So this is done for the community, okay? Everything we do is for the community. I'm already a multimillionaire. I'm part of the fucking 1%. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it because my 6 kids don't have a future if we continue to live in that pyramid. That is the pyramid. Talk about a pyramid scheme? That is the pyramid. Behind your $20 bill that you got before from the organizers is $23 trillion worth of debt, plus $70 trillion worth of liabilities on all the social programs. That's $100 trillion worth of liabilities. Negative net worth for the dollar. You want to stay there? Good luck. Okay, so what's the blockchain? Anyone knows what the blockchain actually looks like? It's not a race car, okay? It's really a tank. It's only good for one or two things. And that is why we're struggling with the killer app. The reason we're struggling is because everybody thinks it's a fucking race car. Oh, I'm just going to put something in there, I'm going to drive to prosperity. No, you're not. Okay, so it's slow, it's expensive, it's only good for very, very few things. So I mentioned Scott Stornetto. This is page number 9 on Satoshi's white paper. Okay, Scott did not join the Bitcoin Foundation. They begged him. Scott did not join the Ethereum Foundation. Why didn't he? Because those systems are not a solution for society. Unfortunately, they're not going to bring the next billion people to this community, because they're not solving the main problem. Everybody on this planet needs more credit. Everybody on this planet wants to earn more money on their capital. Anyone here earning more than 2% on their money? Really? Yeah, you mean you have to lock up your money for 17 years? I'm talking about earning it because you can deposit it and withdraw it at any time. How about 5%? So the point is the bank takes your money, lends it to me on my fucking credit card, charges me 24%. Gives you 1%, charges me 24%. Jamie Dimon keeps 23% of that money, 90% of the value, and you give him all your money. And you're like celebrating. You're like, hey, great, look. The banks, how do they have the biggest buildings downtown? How can they afford that, right? So you have to understand that all of us are enabling that behavior. All of us are enabling that. The whole point here is to create an alternate system, an alternate universe in which we're in control. The community decides what is charged, what is being paid, and we distribute the value among the people who actually gave the deposit, instead of the people who just introduced me to my neighbor and charged me 90% of that value. If your real estate broker charged you 90% of your value of selling your house, you would fire them in a second. Yet we give all of our money to banks every day. Anyway, Scott joined Celsius. He's an advisor to us. This is the only project he's advising out of 5,000 different projects out there. This is all about power to the people. And if you want to, I'll be here the rest of the day. You want to hit me with your hardest questions, I'll explain to you in detail how we do this. This is how it works. If you can figure it out, we'll hire you. Okay? So 3 simple things you need to remember. VoIP is the largest distributed application on the internet. 3.5 billion people use it every day. Now we're trying to create MOIP, money over IP. It's not complicated. There should be 0 friction between me and you lending to each other. And that's what we're trying to create. E equals MC squared. That's where the value is trapped. Peer-to-peer, I ran out of money. I ran out of time. This is the largest 10 exits in New York City. I built 2 of those companies. You can look me up online. And this is the secret to our success. Celsius did an ICO in March of this year. We did $632 million in loans in 6 months. That's more than all of our competitors combined did in a whole year. And the reason for it is we have more women than men in our company. Okay? We had 15,000 people registered to join us. 95% of them were men. You want a fucking revolution? You're not going to have half of the population on the planet participate? That's just lunacy. So you want to make this thing happen. You want our NFT to be valuable. You focus on women because they're not really part of this community yet. Okay? All of us men thinking we can sit there and figure this out is a dead end. Thank you very much. I'll be outside. Again, free wallet to everybody. Just come see us. Take care.